Bangers and D-Gens podcast. I'm here with Vinny and Travis, and it's your boy Peasy. We are doing a college football playoff review for you guys, and we're going to give out a little betting tip for all of our followers, and then we're going to hit a couple free plays for you. Getting into it, the college football playoff starts tomorrow. We got Ohio State and Georgia, the night game. Then we have TCU versus Michigan. What are you guys thinking here on the TCU-Michigan game? -7.5. The over-under is set at about 57.5 to 58. How do you guys see this game shaking out?
Vince?
Well, on that game, I'm going to roll with the home dogs. Go blue, baby. Michigan's too good, I think. I think everybody wants to see them in the national championship. They deserve to get there. I don't think TCU is good enough to hang with them. As far as the scoring goes, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, but I think Michigan's just going to be able to run the ball all over them, and I don't think they're going to be able to keep up with them. So I'm going to take Michigan.
Yeah, I think Michigan rolls. 7.5 line tends to cover more often than not. I think Michigan puts up 35 to 40 points here, and I think TCU scores 20 if they're lucky.
Yeah, Michigan tends to have a pretty good defense. Their run game has been unstoppable all year long. And even when their stars are out, they plug and play. Is Blake Corum good to go in this game? Is he's done?
No, Buster, right? He's out for the rest of the year.
Yep, that's what I thought. So, it's going to
Donovan, baby.
Yeah, he's looked good when he's played. It's going to be a grinded out game. There hasn't been a lot of movement on this spread. Started at 7.5 and stayed at 7.5. I think Michigan's going to win here. I think it's going to be a close game, though. I think TCU has the offensive power. They have the stud quarterback. They can put up some points, which we saw in their championship game, back and forth, continuous scoring. So, I think this game could go either way on the line. I think Michigan wins. It is 7.5. I could see TCU getting blown out in the second half, but keeping it close in the first half. I think Michigan's looking to get that rematch with Georgia, hopefully, and show everybody they're not players; they're actually contenders.
That's the golden line, 7.5.
Yeah, that 7.5 line, like Travis said, tends to cover more than it doesn't. Speaking of lines, Georgia then at 6.5. They play Ohio State tomorrow. Anticipated matchup. That's the night game at 8 p.m. Georgia has that lockdown defense. They got my man who's going to be going in the top 5. Too bad the Lions aren't going to be able to snag him. But that game looks to be like it'll be a closer matchup. What are you guys thinking on that one? It looks like 6.5 is the line right now. Over-under set at 62.5, so a pretty big over-under there.
Yeah. I've been saying this since we got the playoffs and who was going to be in. I think there's going to be a huge upset here. I think Ohio State's going to beat Georgia outright. You got all the public and all the money all over pounded on Georgia, which it should be. But that line is what gives out the prediction of this game. That line should be closer to 9, in my opinion. They're much better, obviously. But like I was saying, I think it's going to be a Ohio State versus Michigan in the finals. I think that's what everybody wants. I think that's what Vegas wants based on numbers and money on showings and viewings, and that's just my opinion. I think Ohio State pulls it out somehow, some way.
Wow. Yeah, I don't see that happening at all here. Georgia's been the number 1 team in the country all year. They're going to continue to be the number 1 team in the country. I don't care if the line's 6. I don't care if it's 6.5. I don't care if it's 5. Georgia all day, baby.
Yeah, I think either matchup will be good. If you got Michigan versus Georgia, a rematch from last year, college football playoff, and obviously the Michigan-Ohio State game was one of the most watched games in college football. I think it was the most watched game of the year.
Ever.
And so they put up numbers. But I think the rematch as well, either one, it's tough to beat a team twice in college football. Pro, it's a little bit different, but college football, it's really hard to beat the same team twice. If Michigan gets in there versus Ohio State, I think that'll be a tough matchup for them. I think Ohio State keeps it close here. I just don't think They pull out the win. We'll see. We'll see tomorrow what happens on that game. That'll be a good one for sure. Night game, New Year's Eve.
Well, before we move forward, do you guys both agree with me on the spread? You would take the points with Georgia or Ohio State?
I mean, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I don't know that I'd touch the spread.
Okay.
I think that I just think Georgia's better in every facet of the game. I mean, Ryan Day's a big fat pussy. Excuse my French. He's a horrible coach.
Any guy that dyes his beard is no man that I know of. He's a little bit.
And Kirby Smart's a great coach. I mean, I just think he's going to get out coached. I think his players are going to get outplayed, and I think that Georgia rolls.
Look, I got a couple grays in my hair. You don't see me using fucking black tar in my beard to dye it. That guy looks like an absolute clown on TV.
So Pease, what's your take on that spread?
Look, my mind's telling me Ohio State with the points. My heart says, how does Georgia lose? How do they not blow this game out of the water? Sometimes it is just that easy, so I'm torn on this game.
Well, let's be honest. I'm gonna mention one thing. It is the national playoffs for college football, and we know every single person's going to be watching this game. They're going to be betting on this game. So what I like to say is Vegas is going to take control of this game one way or another. Whether Georgia wins, Ohio State will cover. And, I mean, just based off of how much money is involved in this, looking at how much money is already on Georgia, we got almost 80% of the money, and we got the sharps all over Ohio State. And
yeah, it does look like sharps are pushing Ohio State for sure on that one based off the numbers that I'm looking at and the info I have. So, it'll be an interesting game. I think it stays tight the first half, but I could see Georgia just blowing it out. Their defense is just –
yeah, they're good. Don't get me wrong. If this is any other game and it's not the playoffs going to the national championship, I'm taking Georgia all day. Like you said, in my heart, I think Georgia is the better team here. But I don't like to bet with my heart. I like to bet with my money.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, you look at Ohio State, they just got blown out at home. Jalen Carter's going to run right in between them, stuff the run, get to the quarterback, it's just going to be a tough one for me to bet. I think I'm going to fade that game myself. But I do see, why you like Ohio State with the points. It does look like right now early money, smart money is on Ohio State. So we're going to get into a segment we call Just the Tip. And we're going to give our people a tip every podcast on, betting, starting off betting, bankroll management, what your do's and don'ts are. And Vinny's got a good tip for you guys today. Go ahead and start them off, Vin.
We're betting with single plays only. So we're talking Michigan versus TCU. And you got both games on. Pick your favorite play. Only put one play in. Do not put in a parlay.
Well, yeah, when you look at the parlays, just a 2-team parlay has a 27% chance to win. A 3-team drops all the way down to 14%. And when you get into those higher parlays, a 4-team has a 7.5% chance, 5-team 3.9. And you look at those crazy parlays at your 9 and 10 teams, they have under 0.5% to hit. Why do you think places like DraftKings and FanDuel promote these parlays on their Instagram and their social medias? They're not stupid, right? They want you to see somebody, 1 out of 1 million people that hit this parlay for 30, 40, 50, 100,000. And then you say that could be me. And then you're playing parlay after parlay after parlay. And all of a sudden your bankroll's gone. These places aren't stupid. They know exactly what they're doing. That's why they promote them, because the odds of hitting them is virtually impossible. So, when you add just a 2-team, your chances are 27%. Like, it's not going to give you a winning game in the long run. So,
yeah, most of these people they're putting in anywhere from 5 to 10 leggers trying to get lucky. I mean, I know it's fun and all to win that much money, but
yeah, good luck.
It's not likely.
That's what you guys got us for. Subscribe. We'll get you guys some plays. We give out free plays. We have people that are also paying for plays. We're doing a crazy promotion, actually, between now through the end of January to start the new year off right. We are doing a crazy, I can't even believe I'm going to say this. We're doing $1 picks. And then for our GOAT plays that we usually charge $150 a pick, we're doing $5 a pick. This is going now through the first or the end of January. I know the economy has been a little bit rough. We want to give back to the people that support us and have bought our plays for years. And this is going to go crazy. These are great plays. They're not dusty, trashy, hooker, the girl that comes up to your car when you're at the liquor store and asks if you want a blowjob. These are actually sexy fucking plays, okay? These are what they call your high-class hooker plays, not your pink slips like they said in the Wolf of Wall Street. So hit us up, DM us. We're going to give out our free plays actually right now. Last week we swept the board. We went 3-0 on NFL, and we're going to go ahead and start us off. Vinny, what do you got for tomorrow? I think I have a feeling what you're going to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick to my word. I'll take Ohio State with the points.
Ohio State with the points. Travis, go ahead and give us your lock of the day for tomorrow.
My lock of the day for tomorrow is going to be Michigan -7.5.
Michigan -7.5. I knew that was coming. Love it. I'm actually going to go, since you guys are taking the college football playoff, I'm going to go with a game outside of that. A team that should have, in my opinion, edged out Ohio State to get into the college football playoff, and that's Alabama versus Kansas City Wildcats. This line is at -7. The over-under is at 56. I'm actually going to take under 56 for this game. I think Alabama's going to blow them out. Kansas City can't touch that defense, and I'm going to go under 56 for the game. That's our show, guys. Again, thanks for checking us out. Please subscribe. Bangers and Degens. TikTok, The Bookie Crusher. Instagram is Picks for Pros. Hit us up. Subscribe. See you guys.
Deuces.